Okay, so these bottom and top coils is known as inactive coils, and the middle portion of the coils are known as active coils. Because whenever we apply the force here, so the load is going to transmit from the top to bottom here by the motion of, means because of vibration of these active coils, the first load is distributed to from this spring to this spring, and from this spring to this spring, from here to here, and here to here, here to here. Finally, it is going to reaches here. Again, same manner, it is going to back again. So only the because of movements of the inner coils, so that's the reason the name is given here as a active coils, and the whatever the coils is touching to the surfaces here and here, and this is the one, this is the one, and this is the one, are known as a inactive coils. For this, you have to remember this table. If the problem is given plain ends, the total number of turns is a n. Solid length is considered as a n plus 1 into d. Free length is considered as a n into p into n plus d. So these equations you have to remember. If the question is mentioned as a ground-ended condition, if the question is mentioned ground-ended condition, so at that time the total number of turns we have to consider as a small n, and the solid length of the spring is n into d, and the free length of the spring is p into n. Squared end, if the question is mentioned squared end, same manner these values we have to remember. For square and grounded end, these values you have to remember. So without remembrance this value, you can't solve the problems. Okay, don't expect here theory. For every step you will face the numerical solutions, numerical type of problems. Okay, so this was we discussed in the last class, design of helical spring based on the strength criteria. So today we are going to discuss about the design of spring based on the deflection criteria. Okay, so deflection of the spring. Please mute Babu. Somebody is making noise. So see here, because of application of load, the coils of the spring is going to deflect. If you consider particular one coil, the here the deflection, if we see, so the deflection is we can find in an angular direction. In same manner, if we see the deflection, we can find in an angular manner. Okay, so this is known as a angular deflection. If we see the total spring, because of application of load, because application of load, the spring is vibrating in this manner, tangential vertical manner, that is axial deflection. Okay, so if we take particular one coil of the spring, if I open, so this is the one coil of the spring. Okay, the length of the one coil of the spring is pi d. Okay, this is the wire diameter small d. Okay, so the total length of the spring, nothing but one coiled length of the one coil into number of coils. So that will indicate the total length of the spring. So total length of the spring, now what is that? Length of the one coil is pi into d into n. That is the total length of the coil. Now the relation here, see, because of application of load, we can find the two types of deflection. One is the axial deflection, one is the angular deflection. So two deflections. Why? If we see longitudinal vibration, that is axial deflection. Particular one coil, if we consider, that is angular deflection. Angular deflections we can find here. where I am drawing the circles. Okay, so the relation between the axial deflection and angular deflection is, this is I am writing here, d by 2. Okay, now we know that torsion equation, T by J C theta by L shear stress by R. So with this relation, we are going to calculate the deflection. With what deflection? This is the one. So why we are taking the relation between the angular deflection and axial deflection? Because the equation, torsion equation, is available in terms of angular deflection, angle of twist, but we don't have the in terms of axial. So that reason, first we are calculating the deflection in angular manner and substituting this theta value here, and we will get the axial deflection of helical coil spring in terms of mm. Okay, so now from this relation, T by J C theta by L, where T is a torque, J is a polar momentum of inertia, C is the modulus of rigidity, T is the angle of twist, and total length. Okay, so with this equation, T theta equal T into J into C L. Okay, so T already we calculated in the beginning. So T is nothing but we are applying the force here. So because of force, the torque is generating in the each coil. How much torque? The each coil torque is going to generate in this manner. I am showing on the screen. For each coil, the torque will be generated like this. So how much the torque? T equal load into D by 2. Okay. So what is J? J for the circular, because the spring is having the circular cross section, J is nothing but pi by 32 into D power 4. There is a polar moment of inertia. C is a modulus of rigidity, and L just now we calculated here. Okay. Substitute the all parameters in this equation. Load into D by 2 into pi by 32 into D power 4. Sorry, what I written? 'T into L, C into J. Okay. T into L, L is pi D into N by C into pi by 32 into D power 4. Now with this, if we simplify this equation, 16W into D square into N divided by C into D power 4. That is a theta. Okay. Now substitute this theta value here in this equation. So if we substitute, deflection equal theta into D by 2. So deflection, axial deflection delta equal 16W D square into N by C D power 4 into D by 2. So 2 8 8 into W into D cube into N by C D power 4. So from this equation, this equation we can also write as delta equal 8 into W into capital C cube into N by C into D, where this C is the modulus of rigidity, modulus of where this C is nothing but spring index. Spring index. What is spring index? The spring index is nothing but ratio of capital D to small d. Don't get confused about. So here if you are getting confusion, so here instead of writing the C, you can also write here, you can also write the C as a G. Okay. So now this equation is axial deflection equal 8 WC cube into N by G into D. Now spring rate, if we take spring rate as stiffness of the spring K equal load per deflection. So load, if we take this one load, the deflection is G into D by 8C cube into N. So because the load is there, this W and this W gets cancelled. This is the remaining one, G into D by 8C cube into N. Okay. So this is the title, deflection of the helical spring. So based on the deflection, we can also calculate the spring rate. Okay. Remember wow. Now see here, for this deflection topic, the load we are applying here axially, means this is the axis of the spring. We are applying the load axially. So sometimes if the load is applied eccentrically, so at this situation, for this W, the equation may be changes. I'm showing the what is the equation when the load is applied eccentrically. So eccentrical means, so the load is applied here, here or somewhere here, not in a axial. Okay. So at this time the load is changes to this load, we have to multiply with the this factor capital D by 2 into E plus capital D. If we multiply this factor to the given load, that is nothing but we are converting the axial load into eccentric. Okay. Now to this deflection of spring, if we apply the load in a critical manner, means critical means, so that is the topic here I written buckling of the compression springs. So buckling is nothing but when the length of the free length of the spring, when the free length of the spring is more than 4 times of the its mean diameter, so the spring is going to deflection in a buckling manner. It means buckling is nothing but the spring is going to bend in a position I have shown in the on the screen. So see here, the spring is bending in this manner, first half portion, and second half portion is bending in this manner. Okay. Such type of failure is nothing but buckling failure. So when this is happened, when the spring free length of the spring, here I will written, is more than the 4 times of its mean diameter. Mean diameter is that this is the mean diameter. Okay. So at this time whatever the load is applying, that is critical load. So such type of load is generating, the load we have to change as critical load equal K into KB into LF, where K is the spring rate, load per deflection, KB is a buckling load factor, it is a ratio of free length to diameter, mean diameter, and LF is the free length of the spring. Okay. Now see here, this KB value you have to remember by seeing these tables. Buckling load factor KB. So L by D ratio is given here for hinged supports. Hinged supports means see here, this is the fixed supports for the bearing, these springs. Okay. So hinged supports means here instead of it is having the spring man maybe it's like this. I am showing here. See here. I am showing see here. Okay. So hinged supports. This is the hinged support. So that is this one. Hinged support built-in end condition spring. Hinged supports built-in condition. So these values you have to remember 0.72, 0.63, 0.38, 0.20 for the hinged supports, and for the end fixed supports 0.72, 0.71, 0.68 in this manner. So L by D ratio is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the ratio. This ratio will be given in the question. So as per the ratio, we have to select this KB value here. Okay. So this is about the total deflection of helical coil spring. So regarding this topic, do you have any doubts? Eccentric loading, critical loading, deflection of spring. So you have any doubts, you can ask Babu. Don't have any doubts, Babu? So shall we move to next topic? Energy stored in a spring. So this is the third criteria. So what are the second previous two criteria based on strength, based on deflection. Now third one is the energy stored in a helical spring. So energy stored in a helical spring is whenever we are applying the force, the spring is absorbing the energy, and whenever again it is releases after when it's required. Okay. So energy stored in a spring. So here let the W is the load applied on the spring in terms of Newton, and delta is the axial deflection generated in the spring. Okay, because of application of load. Now internal energy stored in the spring is denoted by capital U, that is half into load into deflection. This equation already you studied in the strength of material, mechanics of material subject. Okay. Now from the shear stress in the induced in the spring, from the first topic we have already studied, shear stress is equal to K into AWD by pi d cube. So with this equation, we will get the W value, that is pi d cube into shear stress into K into 8 into D. Okay. Now deflection just now we calculated. Deflection value how much just now what we calculated? deflection is 8W into C cube by deflection 8W C cube into N by G into D. This we calculated. So substitute these two values here. Internal energy U equal half into pi into D cube into shear stress by K8D into 8W cube into N by GD. If we simplify this one, we will get shear stress square by 4k square into G into pi D into N into pi by 4 into D square. So this one we can also write as shear stress square by 4k square into G into capital V. So V means nothing but volume, that is the product of these two. The product of these two, that is nothing but V. Okay. So this is a design based on the energy criteria. So these three derivations are very important for the long answer type of question. The question is asked to derive the design for the helical coil spring based on strength criteria, based on deflection criteria, based on energy stored criteria. So whatever the equations are generated after derivation, that equations are very important to solve the numerical problems. Okay. So now we are going to the one numerical problem. Find the maximum shear stress and deflection induced in the helical spring. So any doubts regarding the previous topics, Babu? Any doubts have? You can ask. Shall we move to problem? Now see here. The question is given. A compression coil spring is made of alloy steel having the following specification. Main diameter of the coil is 50 mm. So given data I am writing. Given data, capital D value is given 50 mm and wire diameter is given, that is small diameter, small d, 5 mm. Number of active coils is given in the question 20, and if the spring is subjected to the axial load capital W 500 newtons, question is asking maximum shear stress is how much? Maximum shear stress is how much? So this maximum shear stress here not given, but additionally I am asking without considering the curvature effect, another one with curvature effect. In these two manner we have to calculate the maximum shear stress. Generally without curvature effect, the maximum shear stress is the equation shear stress factor Ks into 8WD by pi d cube. Okay. So what is Ks? Ks is nothing but 1 by 1 plus 2c. What is C again? C is a spring index, that is capital D by small d. Okay. Substitute the all values. First calculating the separately Ks value. So Ks is 1 plus 1 by 2c. 1 by 2c. So C value again capital D by small d, that is 50 by 5, that is 10. Now Ks is 1 plus 1 by 20. 1 by 20. So the Ks value is 1.05. Substitute the Ks value in this equation. Maximum shear stress equal 1.05 into 8 into load is given 500 into capital D is given 50 mm by pi into d cube as a 5 cube. Now tell me the maximum shear stress in megapascal how much? Everything is written on the screen. Substitute in calculators. Tell me the maximum shear stress value. How much, Babu? Maximum shear stress?
I-34.76.
Very good. Who is that? What is your roll number?
2.
Roll number 002. Okay. Other persons, Babu? Only one person is giving the answer.
The screen.
You want screen?
Yes, sir. ఇప్పుడే నోటిఫికేషన్.
I'm expecting the answers from the all people, Babu. Don't tell one person or two person. Strength of the class is very low. Daily, day by day, strength of class is decreasing. I don't know what is the reason. In previous semester, you attended more than 70% students daily. In this semester, only below 50% students are attending daily. Please maintain classes regularity. Otherwise, you people are going to lose. '56. Very good. If you are unable to speak, you can put a message in the chat box also, Babu. Harshita Kodur given the answer. Very good. What happens to other people? Only two people have
Sir,
given.
I-34.76.
How much?
I-34.76.
అవును సార్ అవును ఉన్నాయి స్టూడెంట్స్గా సరే సార్ దేంట్లో పోస్ట్ చేయాలి వాట్ బాబు సంబడి టోల్ ద ఆన్సర్ ప్లీజ్ కెన్ యూ రిపీట్
I-34.76.
వెరీ గుడ్ అమ్మ రోల్ నెంబర్ 22 what happened to other people I am expecting the answer from all students. Babu. If you're not telling the answers, particularly person I will call the particular person. Ilyas Babu, roll number 16. Are you there, Ilyas Babu? Are you there?
हाँ सर हूँ.
Ah, very good. What happened to the last class? Why you not attended?
नहीं सर थोड़ा काम था.
Tomorrow at any cost you have to attend the class.
हाँ
Okay?
सर बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. हाँ
Not
सर.
particular you people, you person, not particular this 16. All students, how many presents are here, and remaining people to inform to your friends also to attend the class tomorrow without fail to all classes from the morning session to evening. Okay? So because as you know, our college is approaching the NBA accreditation, so this is help for you only, not for the faculties. Okay, remember this keep point in your mind, and prepare the all COs, whatever the subject you have, prepare the all COs. Anyhow, I will share the my particular my subject COs. You by heart that COs, you are able to explain these things. Okay, same manner other subjects also. Now answer is given 534. 534.7 megapascal. So this is without consideration of curvature effect. If the question is given with consider the consideration of the curvature effect, it means the procedure is same procedure, same equations you have to take. What is the same equation here? Uh, Maximum shear stress. I am writing for the with consideration of curvature effect. Kw into 8 WD by pi d cube. What is Kw? Walls stress concentration factor. Kw is Walls stress concentration factor. This when the curvature effect is given, so this Kw we have to write. Kw equation is 4c minus 1 by 4c minus 4 plus 0.615 by capital C. This is the Kw equation. These equations also you have to remember, Babu. Without remembrance of the equation, you can't solve the problems. Okay, where C is nothing but spring index, capital D by small d. Spring index, capital D by small d. This is also same, spring index, capital D by small d. First calculate the Kw value. Spring index is 10, we got the answer. So 4 into 10 minus 1 by 4 into 10 minus 4 plus 0.615 by 10. Now how much this value Babu? Kw? Tell me the Kw. I don't have calculator, Babu. I'm depending on you only. If you tell the answer, I will move forward. 8 into 500 into 50 by pi into 5 cube. What is Kw? Tell me fast. Make it fast, Babu.
1.14.
1.14, very good. 1.14. So 1.14. Now tell me what is the maximum shear stress induced in the spring in megapascal.
580.59.
How much, Mama?
580.59, sir.
Can you repeat again? 580?
0.59.
Is it correct? I'm asking to other people. Is it correct, Babu?
I80.5.
Okay,
580.5, sir.
580.5. Balaji Singh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You are not participating in class, I think.
No, sir. Listening, sir, class.
Mhm. Roll number 16, are you there? Roll number 16.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer? Roll number 31. Are you there? 31 roll number.
Sir, please.
Roll number 31. She is not there. She left out again.
Sir, could you show the screen?
Wait. Sharik Baba, are you there? 51. He is not there. Roll number 56. Very good. 580.5, not 5805. Recheck the again.